there's nowhere to get a good picture here. There. No, you can still see the interesting wallpaper there, and so it's not really set up as a proper studio because I haven't used it for quite a while. Except for this week where I did a gig. I did an online gig. I've got my blanket. It's very cold in here. This is my studio that I've set up. I've got this lovely thing to bounce off the light. There's nowhere I can put it that it can't be seen. So you'll just have to have it. It's a moon in the background. It's very nice. Anyway, so I did an online gig this week for Pear Shaped in Dystopia. It used to be in Fitzrovia, but now it's in Dystopia because we all are, let's be honest. And that was fun. I did a bit of live and then I did a bit of video with the Queen of May. And you can go and see that on Paul Egan's channel. Paul Egan, aka Brian Damage. Brian Damage and Crystal are the hosts of the show. And they've uploaded that. So that's there, along with many other people, including somebody that was on Britain's Got Talent very recently. I've done loads of gigs with, but I haven't seen him for a while. Robert White and a lot of other people. Charmian Hughes and some other people, lots of people. Hello. So go and see that, and it's on the playlist of all the things I've done during lockdown as well. If you want to just look at all the playlists, look at all the 86 videos, including live and recorded things and other people's stuff that I've made during the whole of lockdown, which some from March to... I thought I'd done nothing, and it turns out that I have done nothing, but I've done quite a few videos actually, and so you can go and see that. Hurrah, hooray, hurrah, hurrah. It's all good. So hello all the millions of people that have joined me, all the one of you. I'm sure there's going to be more people later on, but hello Philip, and hello other people that will surely join me. I've brought a recorder. I didn't buy a recorder, I just found it in the corner. It's quite dirty and horrible, it's probably got all dust in it. I can't play the recorder, which is strange because what happened, we started playing the recorder in my school when I was 7, and then we moved schools before I could do any of the notes, and the new school that I was in had already learnt the recorder, and so I never got to learn. I think this might be the original recorder. Spent money on in a shop that is very, very shortly thereafter was closed, probably because I bought the recorder from there and they had nothing left to give. But so I've never learnt the recorder. I should probably learn, seeing as I've still got the same recorder. See, I made a note. No idea. See, this has probably tainted my entire life. By not learning the recorder, I did not go on to learn the flute or the cello or the tambourine or any other musical instrument, because it's the gateway instrument. It's the gateway instrument into all other things. And without learning the recorder, my life, hello old school gaming, my life was ruined by not learning the recorder. This is a case in point for anybody. This is a learning curve. If you have a child and they start learning the recorder and you move schools, make sure they still learn the recorder. Teach them yourself. Look up some tutorials on YouTube. You did not have this in my day, but yes, you now have it. It is available to all of you. I could have been a flautist. I could have done that. I could have been a contender, but instead of what I am is just this wreck you see before me. So this is fun. It's been snowing today. I've been looking out going, is it going to stick? Is it going to stick? It's going to stick. No, it's not going to stick. It was too wet. No sticking snow. So I said to my flatmate, oh, I really want it to stick. He's like, do you? Because you have to walk through it. Oh, were you? Thank you, Jerry. Well, yes, I do. I want, because I've got my snowshoes now. So I can, whether they're called cleats or snowshoes, I've still got them. And I can put them on my shoes, and I don't care. I want to go in 6 foot of snow. I want to test the shoes out. I mean, I'm going to sink into them, to be honest. It's not going to... It's just like, you didn't settle down here either. Oh, well, ever. I don't know what's going on in the chat. All I know is there's some chat. Yes, so what have I done this week? Last thing I did. Oh, I've just discovered a YouTube channel called Philosophy Tube. And I saw their last video, which is... spoiler for all the videos that go before. I quite like that because it's like, oh, this is very interesting. Oh, this is a really good video. And there's a reveal. There's an amazing reveal, which means that if you go back on the videos, then you can see, you can go, now I see. And it turns out I like a big reveal. I quite liked the journey of the reveal, and then going back and seeing the journey before and seeing the other videos from the channel, knowing what I now know, it's like, I like this, I appreciate this, it's fun. So I think with films, like with, what was it called? That Bruce Willis film with the dead person. I see dead people. Yeah, see, I've spoiled that already for you, but it could be any Bruce Phillips. So, Bruce Phillips? Who's Bruce Phillips? Bruce Willis's films. So, one of Bruce Willis's films, there's a line, I see dead people, and I'm not going to tell you the rest of it, but my brother told me the entire plot of that particular film, which I'm sure you can tell which film it is if you've seen it, but maybe not if you haven't. And it sort of made me go, well, would I have known what the big reveal was if I had just seen it as it was? And I would never know. I will never know, because I always knew what the big reveal was going to be. So and that's it. If somebody says there's a twist in this film, there's a twist, there's something that happens, then you're looking out for that. You go, oh, is it going to be this? Oh, I guessed. Even if you guess 200,000 million billion things in the course of that film, you will always know that there's a big reveal and there's a twist, and it will spoil it for you in a way. Now, the thing is, with that last video from Philosophy Tube, I mean, it's a reveal that includes their life, so it's not really for entertainment purposes, but it was interesting. I thought it was very deep and meaningful. I appreciated it. It was one of the best YouTube videos I've seen, and it had a purpose and a point, and it was interesting, which is what you want. And then looking back, so that was fun. You will, if you see it, then you will see what I mean, and it is. I thought that was very, very well done. So I don't go around seeing many other people's YouTube videos because I'm a narcissist and it's all about me. That's not true. I watch lots of YouTube videos and I care about other people. But then I would say that being a narcissist that wants everyone to like me. Oh my gosh, now everyone's going to think that I am a narcissist, and maybe I am. I don't know. Something else I've seen this week, in a similar vein, possibly, Search Party. That's a good, interesting thing to watch. That's really about identity as well. Identity's a complicated thing. Why am I sort of feeling up this record? I'll put the recorder down. Anyway, yeah, so that's good. I've been watching this week as well. Blackish. I've still been watching Blackish, but I can't get hold of the third series, so I don't know. I might skip to the end again and then go back, because turns out I like that, skipping to the end and then seeing what happens at the end. And I did that with Buffy as well, because I watched a couple of episodes of Buffy, didn't like it, forgot about it. Then I watched the fourth series about 2 years later, because everybody was talking about it, and thought, I do like this. And then I went back. I saw all of the rest of the episodes, and then I went back to see the first 3 seasons, which I appreciated a lot more, having seen it all the way to the end. So I didn't see the beginning. I saw the beginning, but not that middle bit, and then the end, all of it, went to the end, and then went back. And I think that's a good way of seeing things. So seeing things out of order in a sort of Memento way. No, Memento's not, this is in a particular order. It's very Christopher Nolan way of seeing things, I think. Skip to the end, then go back. I don't think that Christopher Nolan can maybe really put a copyright on that way of seeing the world or seeing things. But I do recommend it and appreciate it. See what the reveal is and then go back. Read the end bit of the book. So that's why I know people really get upset about spoilers, but I like spoilers because then you know what to expect. And it's the actual reading the spoiler is, then you still get the thrill of what's going to happen, but you get it when you've read the spoilers, and then you can go back and go, yeah, I'm comfortable knowing what's going to happen. It's all good. Sometimes I like surprises, but usually I like to see what's going to happen, and then I can still get the appreciation of it and the beauty of it, and still really, yeah, surprises they're not always good surprises, are they? Sometimes you want to know what's going to happen. That's an important thing. Anyway, I recommend that channel, I recommend those TV programs, I recommend very, very many things, yes. And I recommend snow, but we haven't got any snow. And I also recommend learning the recorder for the benefit of all. And I recommend going to see my stand-up. I'm sitting here, so it wasn't stand-up. My insert in pear-shaped in Dystopia. I was going to say Fitzrovia, but it is not Fitzrovia anymore. It used to be in the Fitzroy Tavern, which is at Charlotte Street, just off Charlotte Street. Is it just off? It's on Charlotte Street. And the first time I ever went there was for a Doctor Who convention. Before the new series of Doctor Who came on, all the people that really liked Doctor Who came together, that mostly men, to be honest, came together in the Fitzrovia Tavern, and they would discuss it, and they would spill onto the streets, and they would sometimes bring their own wine, and they spill onto the streets, and that's how I know the Fitzrovia Tavern, mainly, but I do know that Pear-Shaped was there, but I never... Alright then, thank you. Well, if I'm out of focus, that's just it. Just forget about it. Technical things are just all par for the course, really. Anyway, Fitzrovia Tavern. It's probably closed now because all pubs in the world. But yeah, so I never did the Pear-Shaped when it was physically in the Fitzroy Tavern, although I have been there, and I met Robert Shearman there. Shout out to Robert Shearman, who's now a Facebook friend, and I have met him. Name dropping. You're like, who's Robert Shearman? He wrote the episode of Dalek, Doctor Who. He's very big, he's very important, he's very special. He is. He's a great person, and he offered me a part. He was going to do an audio book of his short stories, and I was going to do one of the voices, but that fell through, as everything always does. But imagine, again, if I'd have learnt the recorder, if I'd have got that part, if I'd have done that audiobook, just loads of ifs really, but you can't think like that. You just get to the end, see what happens in Elise's life at the end, and then live it all again, like a sort of loopy loop. Yes, it would be nice if something amazing and twisty happened, but in a good way, and I knew about it, and then I could go back and live my life based on that. But then I think, I think we've gone down this path before, and I've probably mentioned it, that I remember when I was 5 years old, running around in the PE hall, running around in infant school with my friend. There was Darren, who had a fungusy finger, and there was somebody else that had a bad haircut or something. Good evening, Andy. And there was me, who had warts on my knees. I don't know why I had warts on my knees, but I did. So that was like... when I was 5, I felt apart from other people, but I felt these friends, I can't remember I know Darren had a fungus finger, I can't remember what the other person had, but it was something that made us stand out from the crowd, probably. Anyway, I was running around, and I was thinking while we were running around about all of these, and about how we were different to everyone else, us three, and I was thinking, what if the older me came back into my head right now and told me everything that was going to happen and how to make life good and everything is, and then it'll all be great, and the rest of your life you can sort it out, and it'll be great. And I thought that at 5 years old, and I sort of like, and ever since then I've thought, what if the older me did, in a time-traveling quantum leapy way, travel back into the past and jump into my 5-year-old brain and tell me everything that was going to happen and all the stuff that I would do, and then I had the adult consciousness in the childhood brain, and then everything, and then that completely ruined the rest of my life then, and it would have been fine if it hadn't been for that meddling kid and that adult jumping back into the 5-year-old brain, and I've ruined my life by doing that, and not learning the recorder, and various other things. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. I fungus finger, Andy Calloway. I don't know. It was like, I don't know what it was. He had a fungusy finger. There was like, the nail bed was like away from the rest of it. There was definitely some sort of thing. And most people, if they get that, they get it on their toenails. I definitely had a boyfriend. Funnily enough, the one who was at this is like a segue, really. The one that I went to the Fitzroy Tavern with had fungusy toenails, and I said to him that there was no way that I was doing anything with him until he made his fungusy toenails. He cured them, and he did. That was nice, but we didn't last for very long. So, but I think I did him some good by making him deal with the fungusy toenails. They were pretty blimmin' horrible. Anyway, this boy, I had a crush on him, and he had a finger. Maybe that's... I don't know, this is very strange. I had a crush on the boy when I was 5 with a fungusy finger. And I had a boyfriend with fungusy toenails. What is up with me? I'm just thinking now, hang on a minute. Yes, I know I've done that before, but it does look like I tried to do some twitches with it like that, like a moon. But the twitches all went horribly wrong. See, it's just blown me out. It just looks really, it's because it's not right. This is a very small room, and it's not reflecting right from that. So the reason it's there, being messy, is because there's nowhere else in the room for it. That's the best place for it. Anyway, where was I? I don't know. Anyway, I do need assistance. I need lots of help. I need to have a big budget and all sorts of stuff, but I don't. So let's not go there. Do you like this? This is sort of somebody shouting at me. Next door neighbours. They're like, no, shut up, you shut up. It's not my fault that we've got thin walls, is it? Maybe I'll talk a little bit quieter and then they won't shut. Anyway, do you like this? Yeah, I know I have to talk really quietly. Can you hear me? Because next door neighbours, gits, are shouting at me for doing something perfectly reasonable, which is this. I am on a crap chair. It's not made of crap. It's not very good. With thin walls and weird, creepy walls. Thin walls and neighbours that are very shouty. Oops. They sometimes shout, and also they don't do social distancing, and they had a party during the lockdown. Really not good neighbours. Anyway, if they see this, they'll go, ah! And I'll go, well, you shouldn't have shouted at me. That was my finger, by the way. Nothing else. Finger up close. Anyway, so yeah. Also, everyone's saying that on Chortle this week, Chortle, which is a website for comedy, that they're trying to ask you to nominate the lockdown comedy specials that have made you love the lockdown. Nobody's made you love the lockdown. And everyone's going, oh, nominate me. And I'm like, all right, well, you should nominate me. He's like, are you funny, Elise? Yes, I am. I've done 86 videos, including some from other people. And so really, other people are like, I've called my podcast this. You should nominate this. Well, I've called my name this. You should nominate this. Nominate my channel for a Chortle Award. I don't see why not. Shameless. I've decided. That's one thing I just thought this week. That's how you become successful. To have no self-knowledge or reasonable self-doubt or any sort of, oh no, I'm no good at this thing. Just go, yes, I am. Ha! No room for manoeuvre. No room for any doubt. Ha! Comedy God, yes. Anyway, that's what I think, because I think most of what I've done is funny. And if it's not funny, it's not my fault. If it is funny, it's not serious. Is there anything that I've done that hasn't got an element of comedy in it? Also, Nanette, for instance. Nanette by Hannah Gadsby, that's her name. That was very serious, and it's still comedy. So what? If I'm being serious, what is comedy? It's a philosophy question for the ages. This is comedy. If I say it is comedy, it is comedy. In the same way, if I say this is art, then it becomes art, because I am an artist. If I say this is comedy, this becomes comedy, because I am a comedian. A comedian. There's no need to genderize comedians. Comedians are comedians. No gender, no way. Comedy is tragedy, exactly. Tragedy is comedy. Ta 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 ta. Two sides of the same coin. The yin and the yang. Everything comes together. It's all an illusion. Kate Bush. Yeah. I'm not Kate Bush. Yes. La. So, I'm a comedian. I was just going to say before my neighbours shouted at me, do you like this? This is my top. It's a sort of like blue, what is it, like a blue leopard pyjama top. What a mess I am. Ha! But never mind. Yes, well, I can't help that, Jerry. You sort that out. The sound is completely through the phone, the medium of phone, because I do have a microphone, but it's got a big USB point, and this phone, see, don't go in. So, and I went all out of focus. Oh, Jerry won't like that. I went all out of focus. All out of focus. Sounds better than usual. Maybe because I'm in this mystical cave here. And I'm trying to speak quiet so that next door neighbours don't shout at me again and ruin everything. Yes. So, it snowed, and you should vote for me for being funny on Chortle. Why not? Chortle have paid attention to me. Like my 2012 show, the same year as the Olympics, they said was, I think I was endearing, but I don't know, they only gave me 2 stars. They did not like my show. Let's be honest, I'm not a big hit on Chortle, but you know, there's always room for them changing their minds, and if I win the award for the best online presence in the lockdown times, that would be amazing and probably not very likely, but still, you can dream, can't you, with my comedy. Which comedy? Comedy. Vegetable soups, exactly. I haven't really done any of them. Have I done any vegetables? I think I did one vegetable. One solitary vegetable video during the lockdown period. Or did I? Maybe I'll just change the date and then it is the lockdown period. I thought I did one. Did I do one? I don't know. But I have certainly done comedy videos and all the things that were pure comedy videos and everything I do. I mean, going for a walk. The basic premise of me going for a walk or doing any cooking or doing anything is that I mess it up and it's a disaster, and that disaster, and that's the comedy. The comedy is my life is a tragedy, and that's the comedy. Yeah, deep. So yeah, and it snowed, but it's not snowed properly, which is terrible. Look, I've just seen this here, which is a bit like snow. I got this in one of those £1 boxes. Can you see it? It's sort of sugar snowflakes. Maybe I'll sprinkle those on my path. Pretend it's snowing. Pretend it's snowing. It's been snowing. It's apparently going to be snowing today and tomorrow. I'm so disappointed that none of it stuck. I love a good snowfall. I love the snow. Oh, why snow not stick? Fridge outside, yes, it probably is like a fridge outside, and I think it's going to be -3 tonight, which is going to be fun. Which is why I've got my little blanket. I'm going to snuggle up in my little blanket. La 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 la. Customs, I don't know why. Okay, my little blankety thing, and yeah, so that's what I will do. So and everybody must vote for me for being the best person in the world ever. And I shall get an Oscar, and I shall get a Golden Globe, and I shall get a Churchill Award for Best Person, and I shall get an award for everything, and I shall get a Nobel Prize for being Nobel, and I will having nice time. Prize, and I will get a school certificate for being the best. I will get a golden star, ha 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 ha, and I will get a lollipop, and it will be lovely. La la la, and that will be my prize. I haven't had a prize for my. I have had prizes. Obviously, I won a prize for Best of Virgin. I won a prize, a short film award prize. What was it? Super shorts. It's a Perspex block that you open up, and the actual thing where it says what it is, you can just take it out and put it back in again. It wasn't a spectacular prize, to be honest. That's the biggest prize that I've had. That's really the only prize that I've had. I got a bronze swimming certificate once. Didn't get the gold. Did I get silver? I think I got a silver swimming certificate. But to get the gold, you had to dive in the pool and retrieve something at the bottom of the deep end, and I was terrified, and I would not jump in the pool. I still will not jump in the pool because you might hit your head and hurt it. That would not do. So I never got a gold certificate, and and that's probably why I wasn't in the Olympics. In the same way that there's a lot of things I never did. I never did gymnastics because we moved house. I never did ballet because my mum said that I'd be no good at it when I was 3. I never did loads of things. I never learned the piano because my gran was going to learn me the piano. Grammar, Elise. I should never learn grammar. That's my grandma's fault. No, I never learnt the piano because my parents decided that my grandmother should teach me, but my grandmother was at that point losing her sight. It was a very dark room. She was not a patient person, and so we had one lesson and she lost her temper at me for not being exactly right and not being amazing at the piano straight away. And then I said I didn't want that. I wanted real piano lessons, and my parents told me I was ungrateful and I wasn't going to get real piano lessons, and I should be grateful that my grandma, my lovely grandma, was going to teach me. And so I never learned the piano, except when she died. I got the piano and I tried to teach myself the piano, and I got quite far, but it needed tuning. So I said to my parents, can you tune it for me? And they said, no, it's going to cost too much. So they sold the piano. And my mum's going to go, how dare you say such a story about me? We never had the piano. What are you talking about? But it's true. And I'm not resentful about it at all. But I never had that piano. But it's my own fault for not sticking at it. Really, it's all of these woes can be put on my own feet. It's a series of unfortunate events which stop me fulfilling my potential. Who knows what I could have been if. But there's too many ifs. And I messed it up myself. Let's be honest. If I wasn't here, then I would be there. If I hadn't done everything wrong, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And where am I today? I'm here. I'm here in front of my circly thing in my cold studio with no snow outside, talking about absolute rubbish and begging for you to nominate me for a prize that I've no hope in hell of winning. Not a tiny, titchy little hope. So goes my, I'm so amazing. I don't believe that for a second. But if I had that self-belief and delusion, think who I'd be. I'd be a self-believing, delusional fool. But I'd be successful at it. Or would I? I wouldn't know, because I'd be so delusional that I would think that I was successful. Everything that I've done is perfect. Yes, that's right. It's the winning. It is the winning. It's not the winning you say, Boheme. It is the winning. Win. It is the winning, because then the winning you go, ha, self-knowledge. Oh, I believe in myself. Oh, I've been validated. Validation's what you need if you want to be a record breaker. Yeah. Anyway, I'm running out of... Oh, my ankle hurts. Why does my ankle hurt? I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just sitting here. Sitting here obviously makes your ankle hurt. So I am just going to wrap this up now. Wrap this up, my little handbag. Wrap this up and get on my merry way and prepare for the week ahead with the no snow at all. But I've got a week off next week. Not next week. The week after next. A week off. A whole week where I can do everything I want. I can go to the cinema or ride in the park and whoop and joy and go to the pub every day and see everybody and meet a million friends. No, I can't. So what on earth is the point of a week off when a week off is me just sitting on my seat going, that will be my week off. Hooray! Hooray for my week off. So yes, so have a lovely time, everybody. Have a lovely week this week, and then the week after that. And it will be so amazing. Everything's going to be all right. Yeah. So, I will see you. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely week. Thank you for joining in. Even though there's only 5 of you left here, that's the best core 5. You're the best. You're the best. I hope I find some projects for my time off too. I've got to write some stuff. I did say something. I'm going to be writing something for the spooky history channel. So I'll probably need to get on with doing some of that quite soon. Yeah. See you soon. Bye bye.